Let's talk about the art of letting go. This is an amazing topic. Why is letting go important? Oh man, hold on. I probably can't do this on camera, so cut. I'm gonna have to edit this out. Why is letting go important? Letting go or holding on to something outside of ourselves is an action of insecurity. And here's what I mean by that. When a person feels insecure, think about that. If you're sitting on a roller coaster and they put your straps in and then they're like, okay, we're about to go on this ride. And you don't feel secure. How do you feel? You feel, oh fuck, I'm gonna die. Something bad is gonna happen, right? So you freak out. And you try to hold on to something. And you know that holding on to something isn't what you need. You don't know that if you don't know that you're even going to be able to make it by holding on, but it's a reactionary thing. It's a survival instinct. I need to hold on to this. And so you lock on to whatever thing that you think is going to make you feel safe. And it's not what you need. What you need is to be secure in yourself. Your being needs to be secured, strapped down and ready to go. Secure. I got my self-confidence, my identity, my self-trust, my self-respect, my self-love. This is how we secure ourselves down so that in the roller coaster of life, we're not flailing about and trying to hold on to things to keep us safe, which actually end up hurting us. Do you understand what I'm saying? So, when we learn to be secure in ourselves, which is a practice that can be very difficult, however, it is well worth the pursuit, I promise. When we practice this security, this self-assurance, ultimately the self-love, meaning I'm good, I can move through any situation because I am secure. I am secure enough to do so. Then when a situation doesn't necessarily go our way, we don't have to hold on to it. We can let it go because we're not shaking about in our seat. You know what I mean? We're not shaking about in our skin because we're enough. We are secure enough. We have done enough securing so that anything outside of us can happen and we don't have to feel like we need to latch onto it. Memories, situations, friendships, none of that. Will it try to arise and fuck with your security? Absolutely. But if you're secure, you're not worried about the bumps that you're going to face on this roller coaster of life. If anything, you learn to enjoy the bumps because you know that they are not going to shake you out of your seat. And so you can start pursuing life from a place of curiosity and joy and understanding and peace because you're not overwhelmed with survival. I can't lose this job, or I can't lose this friendship, or I can't lose this, which you just keep, you start strangling the life in which you are actually trying to hold on to. And in reality, the only thing absolute in this life is change. So the only way to ride the roller coaster of life without fear, worry, anxiety is to make sure that you're strapped down with self-love, self-respect, self-trust. I mean, it all boils down to being enough, believing that you are enough, and loving yourself as so. And how do we do that? Well, it's probably a topic for a whole nother video. However, you're a human being. You can't argue with that. Maybe in another 40 years, we might have some like, I don't identify as a human. Maybe people still do that. I don't know. But hey, to each his own. I don't agree with it. I don't have to agree with it. But yeah, so I don't respect any of those people less. The point I'm trying to make is you are alive. You're breathing, you're alive. And you're in a body that is wonderfully made. You can't argue with that. The intricacies of the human systems, it's just mind-boggling. We barely know anything about it. Yet you are one of those things that we barely know anything about. Just like the universe itself. We barely know anything about it. We barely scratch the surface. And when you understand that, and this is what I love about the ancient scriptures that we call the Bible, is throughout these like stories and these poems and stuff, they talk about that what humanity is and how it's made in the image and likeness of this force that created all that is, and that force moves through and with us, and it's like this, we're experiencing our own individuality, however we're also connected to this force that like made us, and it's like this wonderful experience and frightening at times, but this is science and ancient poetry. And that force is thought to be and is expressed in these ancient scriptures as love. At its purest form, incomprehensible, just love. And so if that is the force that sustains you, then that's who you are. And if you are love, that is where you find your security. That is your identity. What is love? Patience, kindness, gentleness. I am safe. I am kind. I am generous. I am this. I am these things. And when you start to ingrain that identity, not the identity of I don't know who I am and I need to figure this out. I don't know who I am and I need to be great. I don't know who I am and I need other people to approve of me in order to tell me who I am. That is all insecurity. So when shit happens in your life, what do? We're not secure, so we try to hold on. We try to hold on to the relationship even though we know it's toxic. We try to hold on to the friendships even though we know they're abusive. We try to hold on to the opportunities even though we know it's not what we really want in and from our lives. Because we are afraid. Why? Well, because life is a fucking roller coaster. And if you're not strapped in, you have every reason to be afraid. So it's not irrational. It's just misguided. You just need to do a little bit more work in strapping yourself down with truth, which is you're enough and you've always been enough and nothing can stop you, and you will pass and you will rise. This is what I believe. So when we operate from a place of security and self and identity and who we really are, That is the key to operating a life that is good at letting go and being secure. And you're free. Think about it. When you're strapped in that roller coaster, right? You're like, oh, this is going to be bumpy. You might bump your head a little bit. You know, some roller coasters really fuck you up. But at the end of it, you're like laughing and you had fun and you felt the rush of the wind and your guts moving up in your diaphragm. Like, you know, it's an experience. And you're here, so you might as well fucking enjoy it. So that is my thoughts on the art of letting go.